Welcome back, everybody. I hope the day has treated you absolutely fantastically. Today, we're going to talk about a different lolcow. This is no one new. I'm sure everyone knows who this is. He's probably one of the more famous lolcows, especially right now, and that is Joshua Block. Josh Block is a TikToker and a party live streamer who first gained attention because of his silly and loud antics in New York City, where he would often claim that he was the king of New York, and he would sing a very well-known line from the Empire State of Mind song. Now, at first, people really liked Josh. He was just a quirky kid who was enjoying his life in New York, and he wanted to express himself through TikTok. However, his rise in fame has really devolved throughout the years. Josh has been on TikTok for around 5 years now, and through those years we've seen his lowest, and we've also seen his highest. And I can say for the reasons for his low points is definitely because of the lack of stability in his life when it comes to the people he surrounds himself with, and his crippling alcoholism. But first, I want to touch on the people who have surrounded themselves around Josh for the last couple of years. And the first one I want to talk about is a man named Michael Quinn. Michael Quinn was in Josh's sphere for about a year, from April of 2022 to May of 2023, and they first made contact with each other off of a TikTok duet where Josh was claiming he was the king of New York. But in return, Michael Quinn duetted this video saying that he was in fact the king of New York since he's been here since the 70s. Eventually the two would clear the air on a TikTok live stream, and then they would eventually meet up right around when Josh turned 21. And this really started the downfall of Josh's life, both on TikTok as a content creator and his overall health, both mental and physical. Josh would start to party with Quinn, and they would go out drinking very frequently, and of course, this would be documented on both Josh's TikTok and Quinn's.
Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today.
Through these various TikToks, they would show themselves at restaurants or bars or walking around New York City drinking lots of alcohol. And I would say Quinn really took advantage of the attention that Josh Block was bringing to his page, and the videos that were doing the best were the ones where Josh was drinking. Now, alcoholism is a very serious illness that people all over the world suffer from. But to pair it with the clout chasing and Josh's diagnosed autism, you can only imagine how much this would impact Josh going through his life. To have someone who is only around you for the attention and the viewership you bring on is extremely toxic. However, this is unfortunately a plague that Josh has suffered from early on in his TikTok career. I would also like to preface that at this point, Josh hadn't started going too much off the rocker yet. He was mostly getting shit-faced every day and posting about it, and people ate that content up. It wasn't until a little bit later on in his TikTok career where he would start getting a little more hate for his actions. However, moving back to Quinn and Josh's relationship, towards the end of 2022 is where we would see Josh getting a little more angry and expressive about his detractors. On a TikTok live, he would be seen calling people unemployed bitches, and if anyone knows about current day WorldOfTShirt's, this is a very common phrase he likes to shoot out.
That's fucking unemployed bitches.
The irony is deafening here. However, Quinn would be seen taking Josh to casinos and bars, further exposing Josh to the adult world that could end up hurting him. Now, we don't know if Josh would have found these places without the help of Quinn or his other friends that he had, but we can all wonder if he hadn't got exposed to these places where poor decisions can be made, if he would have ended up in the position he is right now. Everywhere they would go, Quinn would be taking videos of Josh, whatever he was doing, whether it was drinking at restaurants, or yelling and singing in bars, or interacting with fans. Quinn had a camera laser pointed at Josh so that he could go and upload TikToks about it. Eventually, there was enough heat thrown onto Quinn where he made a response video saying that he wasn't enabling Josh in any way, but in fact they were just meeting up and supporting local New York businesses.
Hey everyone, it's Michael Quinn here. I just want to set the record straight with what's true and what's not true about myself and the content that I create with Joshua WorldOfTShirt's Block. So we occasionally meet up and support local New York City businesses just like I've been doing for years. And there's no way that I enable Josh to do anything negative in any way.
Now, in my opinion, that's a really shitty cop-out, when literally all of your content is Josh downing different alcoholic beverages, but you make the claim that you're not enabling him. I mean, Quinn was allowed to plead his case, but regardless, I think we could all make the inference that the relationship between the two was very toxic. But I think it's time to move on to the next person that we all know in Josh's life. This one, he's a very familiar character, probably the most well-known one, and that is Mr. Based. Mr. Based, or Jason Itzler, was Josh's second most notable character in the WorldOfTShirt's story. Mr. Based started streaming with Josh a little while after Josh and Michael Quinn parted ways with each other, and I'm not certain of the exact date that they started streaming together. However, when Mr. Based got a hold of Josh, he made damn certain he could go live every single time they were together. It was a nightly thing. Mr. Based and Josh would stream on Mr. Based's YouTube YouTube channel and Josh's TikTok, in which they would either sit in a very creepy-ass room and get drunk, or they would go out into the streets and get wasted. And Mr. Bass would be there to film it all. Whatever crazy and unhinged things Josh was up to, Mr. Bass made sure that he got it on camera. And from what it seemed like, Mr. Bass was quite certain that people were enjoying seeing both of them together, but obviously that's not true. There was nothing Mr. Bass was bringing to the table besides Josh, besides pointing a camera in his face. No one was tuning in to see Mr. Bass do anything. And there were some very notable moments that happened during this era in Josh's life, some of which could be him peeing on the streets of New York and falling into the streets, in which Mr. Bass was there to record the whole thing, obviously.
Ah! Oh, no, 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 no! Ow! Come here, let me
Ow!
Let me get you.
Help me!
Come here.
Like, I don't know what that stupid scream was that Mr. Bass just gave off right there, but you could clearly see that Josh was starting to stumble backwards, and instead of preventing the fall before it happened, he just kind of recorded it, and then he went to help. But you can see, Josh really could have gotten hurt there. There was a car coming, and if it was any closer, he could have gotten hit by it. Now, there's another clip that I want to show you guys, and it was actually uploaded straight to Mr. Bass' official TikTok, and you can see that Josh is having another meltdown, but instead he starts kicking people and property. And during this, Mr. Bass literally offers nothing. He doesn't stop him, he just yells at Josh and tells him that he's not going to stream with him anymore.
Did he just kick you?
He kicked my girlfriend.
I'm so sorry.
Is that Josh?
Josh, what the fuck is wrong with you?
So you're telling me you see Josh kick this woman, right? And your only reaction is to apologize on his behalf and then start hollering at him. Not actually intervening and taking him home because he is wasted. Instead, you just record him and start yelling at him. You can clearly see throughout the years, Josh does not respond well when people are yelling or trying to talk him down. It doesn't do anything. But we all knew that Mr. Bass was never going to step in. He just wanted to milk Josh for views.
You're losing it, bro. You gotta apologize to these people. Never. What? Josh, you're kicking people you don't even know.
Now, just to be clear, Josh was an adult at this time. He may have high-functioning autism, but that does not excuse this kind of behavior. He should be able to control himself to the point where he isn't assaulting people and property. We all know he's been plagued by the people who have sucked him dry for content over the years, but this doesn't excuse his actions. What he is doing here in this video is extremely wrong, and a lot of the things he has been doing recently has been extremely wrong too. Like someone had just recently recorded a video of him on July 4th where he had hit a woman on the head. Those actions need to be condemned, and I am happy to see that Josh is actually getting legal action taken against him in regards to the woman on July 4th. That's a good thing. There needs to be steps to teach Josh that his actions have consequences. Like, you can't go in the streets of wherever you are and just start hitting people.
Leave them alone, Josh. Why are you kicking that car? Josh, you got to go back to your grandfather's.
No.
We're not working together for a week.
I can't.
You got to go home to your grandfather. You're losing it. You're not cool lately.
You're not cool lately. I mean, he isn't wrong, but if he isn't cool lately, and when all this went down, why were you taking steps to help Josh through his alcoholism? Mr. Bass was very unhealthy for Josh, and he just wanted views and attention. But now we have reached the most recent person that has been in charge of Josh, essentially, and that is a man named Tony. Tony and Josh have been streaming together for most of 2025, and I can say, honestly, this is probably the most considerate caretaker Josh has had, but that's not saying much, and it's not meant to give Tony any credit. He still leeches off of Josh's name and tries to boost his own fame, and spams the camera in Josh's face when he's having a meltdown. But he's a little more protective over Josh, and he definitely tries to prevent Josh from doing anything too crazy. But we're at the point where Josh's alcohol has basically taken him beyond the point of return. Josh has been having some very notable freakouts under Tony's supervision. He's been getting fry bagged left and right, people filming him and trolling him so he crashes out, and Tony is there to film the whole thing, just like the rest of his goof troop before him. Now, Josh is responsible for his own actions. He has been the person who has been flipping his shit left and right, causing all this commotion depression and ruckus, so being able to understand that Josh himself is a problem and he needs to seek actual help for his alcoholism is going to be a major step he's going to have to take. However, the people who are constantly filming him, like Mr. Bays and Michael Quinn and Tony, who are filming his every move just so when he inevitably freaks out on people that they're there to film it and capitalize off of it. I want to show you guys one of my personal favorite crash outs of Josh's, and it's not too long, but you can see how in this one Tony is just sprinting next to him so he can get the best possible angle of Josh freaking out on someone. And this just shows how, again, I said that Tony was probably the most considerate caretaker of Josh's, but he doesn't really care about Josh's well-being. He just wants to be able to capture when Josh goes off of his rock. This is my favorite clip just because his accent in this is so... When he says, "I make more money than you," it's so funny.
I make more money than you. You wanna fight, bitch?
Whoa.
Don't make. Get the camera out my face.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Josh Block is a very well-known lolcow, and he has a lot of history to him. Honestly, it was difficult making this video because there was so much information. I was struggling to fit it all into place without seeming like it was too rushed or anything. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was my first non-Nova video, so I'm excited to see what y'all think. I would enjoy any helpful criticism you can lay on me because, again, I'm new to this, and I would appreciate all the help I can get here. But if this is something you guys enjoyed watching and would want to see another Josh Block breakdown or any other lolcow breakdown, just let me know down below. But regardless of that, thank you guys so much for watching once again. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Deuces.